every time someone finds a veto for it. So, a little bit unfortunate in that regards, but we'll get it at some point. If it doesn't get played by today, we will force it into series tomorrow, just because we are on duty to make sure all the maps do get fair representation, and I do like to make sure all the maps get played within, you know, a reasonable number of times within the same as each other. So, even if we're not seeing 16-bit just yet, it will be played. Even if I force it into the map pools, it will happen. I had to force Arch of Janus, well, I didn't actually have to force Arch of Janus last year into the map pools. People actually started picking it quite a lot. But anyways, welcome to our next series here in the WardiTV Team Liquid Map Contest Tournament, guys. Appreciate you all tuning in, as we do have to the top left-hand side our blue Zerg player. It is soO. And he's going to open hatchery first here in this ZvP, as we have to the bottom right-hand side of the map, the red Protoss is a creator. As we get this set up and ready to go into game number 1 of this series. So welcome to Arashi, one of the rush maps here. Fairly short rush distance through the center, which is made interesting by line of sight blockers combined with, combined with kind of the rocks in the middle to make these very choked up areas that you can break through and make a little bit large by killing the rocks at a later stage. So it's got this kind of faster move through the center, but later in the game you're probably going to see it be a little bit of a slow push. What's really interesting is you actually have, like, not too difficult of a third base to hold on to either, although it does have rocks leading into it, so it keeps the idea of the rush map there, where it's aggressive, it's meant to be played aggressively, you're meant to see attacks on this map, while still also being that sort of map which is actually not too horrendous to take multiple bases on. It really encourages some very different styles of play, so I actually really like this one. Again, made by Avex. I mean, if you don't know Avex, he's the most successful map maker of recent times, simply in the Team Liquid Map Contest in terms of that. I mean, Blackpink won Team Liquid Map Contest number 9, he won Team Liquid Map Contest number 8 as well. He's the maker of maps such as Invader on the ladder. You guys should be very familiar with Avex and his maps, as we do just get this going and see this probe just patrolling the third base somewhere, which soO is going to want to expand to in the near future, so he gets 2 lings out there to deny that probe and to come in and to take his hatchery. Because we've seen the Stargate is on the way up right now from Creator. So Creator getting the Stargate going in the early stages. A couple more lings coming back up towards the upper right hand side. And Stargate is coming up to being about 75% of the way done. I'm just going to see this probe coming out and looking to see what's going on. Why does a map contest allow vetoes? So the idea is, as we see these cannons are shooting away, the idea is that there is actually a lot of there's a lot going on to kind of make sure the maps do get played a similar amount. I've devised a system which should allow for every map to be played a same amount as each other, and that's done by basically I set 5 maps per series and each player gets 1 veto, and in general if one map's starting to be played less, we just put it in the matches. We just get it put into the we just get it put into the we just put it into the, you know, the map order again and again and again, because eventually someone's not going to veto it, is the idea. And obviously, if one map does keep getting vetoed, like 16-bit, eventually we will just straight up say, look, we need a game on this map, this is the map contest, we will force for game number 1 to be on this map this time around, or you can't veto this map this time. So we allow the vetoes to give the players some choice, but it is controlled in a way that I am making sure as the tournament organizer that there is going to be representation equally of each of these maps throughout the tournament to some extent. We did a great job of it in the last map contest tournament. I spent a long time figuring out how to make this possible and just doing it in the fairest way possible to players, giving them as much choice as possible without kind of taking away too much of the, you know, giving them a choice while also allowing them out. It was a difficult thing to do, but I think I figured it out, and, you know, it worked well last time. It's working pretty well this time too. It's just 16-bit is having a couple of issues, but hey, if 16-bit gets played once in the next series, it's still within reach. It's still in that sort of area where it's, it's still in that area where it is played once, and we'll still have some maps at the end of the day that have also only been played once, so pretty cool. There's so many things that are firing on this map, like this little thing. What is that? Look at that, just going crazy. I have to say, I think the ambient sounds on this map are a bit crazy. Actually, for the first time ever, I turned off the ambient sounds yesterday on this map, because all the little zaps and the squeaking in the background consistently really got to me yesterday, so There's one negative thing I have to say about this map from the get-go, I'm not going to lie. As you can see, Creator though, let's talk about this game. Stargate open, followed up by the Twilight with Resonating Glaives and 5 extra gateways behind the 3 he already has at the front. Creator is all about aggression here right now in game number 1. As you're going to see him stasis ward and try and do a little bit more damage. Ling's coming in, have to pull back, just one Ling goes off though, and that's really a good defense there. As you're going to see, I really feel like these are way too loud, but also very distracting in general, as, oh no, soO was actually setting up aggressively himself with this Roach attack, as we're going to be seeing the, well, the Adepts just kind of somehow are surviving here a little bit. Continue to shade up to this top side, so looking for some damage, but how is he going to defend right now? Shield battery on the way up, a Robo is just building. He's going to have a lot of gateways, but is that going to work out for him? As right now, these Adepts are getting picked off by Zerglings, so across the map he doesn't really get much done. And now these Roaches, Ravagers, and Queens are going to be poking at the front, so he's going to be able to break on through this and able to open up the map. And that's going to be a little bit interesting. As you're going to see, oh man, the Cyber Core goes down. What are you going to do without a Cyber Core as a Force Field comes into play? Another Corrosive Bow will pop through that Force Field, and we're just going to be seeing, well, I mean, a couple of sentries are starting to drop, some more Zealots warping in. It's a rush map, enough of a rush map where you can feel comfortable walking Queens across, apparently, and that's how soO is going to pick up into Game 2. We have got to the upper left-hand side, starting us off. He's not 1-0 up, that's my bad. Let me just fix that. We do have to the top left-hand side our red Protoss player, Creator. Down a game in this series. And to the bottom right-hand side, our blue Zerg is soO. Only Higher in the chat asks, hey Wardy, is there a winning map eventually, and if so, how is that decided? So the winning map in the end is decided by... So basically, after this tournament phase, there is a iteration phase where map makers can go back after seeing some games played on their maps, and they can make some edits to their map based on feedback, etc. And then they submit their final versions. And that final version goes to a public voting phase, and that's combined by a judge's voting phase, if I'm not mistaken, to create a victor overall. So that's how it is done. So there is eventually a winner, and there is prize money given out based on the performance of your maps. You also get, I think, $100 per map in the finals. So every one of these creators gets at least $100 per map in the finals as well. And, yeah. So, it's cool. There's a bunch of money on the line for the map makers, as well as being a bunch of money on the line as well for the, players here in this tournament. $4,000. Sponsored by Blizzard, by the way, so hats off to Blizzard. Thank you for supporting this event and giving us some great StarCraft 2 content this week, of course. Obviously, we do love it. Alright, so just going to see this Overlord coming up through the center. Going to see this Nexus and a Cyber Core just on the way at the moment. And we are going to be seeing this hatchery dropping down on the natural expansion. So this Overlord just coming in towards the upper left side. You can see an assimilator and a pylon coming into play as well. Nothing really too crazy is what I'm trying to say by just stating the bore in bits and pieces. And yeah, we set up into this. This was really the best map of yesterday, I think, in terms of the game we saw on it. You know, the one thing I did say was that it's a very choky map, even though it doesn't seem like it. But there is nice open space in the center. But if you focus your attacks down the right-hand side, you know, imagine this fourth base for soO. If you take this base, god damn, a force field's going to be very powerful in this sort of direction. I sort of feel like some of these positions might just be a little bit too choky, just too far along, because there's some very narrow pathways along here and there. But that's what this tournament's for, you know, we get to see it, and if it is too choky, maybe Iron Man goes back and makes some edits. Maybe he doesn't think it's too choky, and so he just continues on with it as it is. It's interesting to see how it plays out, and of course that's what the tournament phase of this map contest is for. What's up? Lost My Stars roll. Coming in with the sub. How you doing? Thank you so much. Getting some body hearts in the chat for Lost My Stars roll. I hope you find your stars roll though, bro. That's sad if you lost it. I don't know what stars roll is, but it sounds important. But thank you for the sub. Let's see some love in the chat for the new subscriber. Thank you very much. Do appreciate it, mate. As you do see this Adept going to shade on forwards in towards the main base to see what's going on. A Queen pushing this Adept away at the front, and the Adept does pull on away over to this left-hand side. And just going to be seeing this Oracle currently being chrono boosted out of this Stargate as well. So that's also on its way out here, about to pop in the next few moments. There's this hatchery just over halfway done already. Overlord coming down the left here too, so just getting these Overlords actually pulling away from the base, so maybe trying to save them from this Phoenix, which is on the way up at the moment. We'll see what Creator wants to go for in this game number 2 as well. We are going to see this Oracle coming down to the south. Now this base over here is definitely a bit further away from the natural than this base over here. But Zerg's fairly mobile in general, so it shouldn't be a massive issue. If this was like a Protoss having to take this base, I think it'd be much more difficult to defend, of course. So I'm just going to take this here, and it's definitely not as easily defended as this base here, which has 2 ramps down into. Although it's actually interesting, because if the Nexus is here, you can come down this ramp, and then you're kind of in this sort of more concave area before engaging. It's an interesting. I mean, that's what I mean. This map has a lot to talk about, just in the way it's designed, and the base, and the kind of the setup. So it's really cool. It's one of the maps that's actually got me thinking a lot, and obviously yesterday's games definitely did help with that. As you're going to see a couple of drones going down, Creator catching a couple of those transferring between bases. Going to find maybe one more, but the spores are building. Nicely done, as these Adepts are looking for a chance to attack as well, but there's enough Lings here, I think, to really shut these down. This Oracle's going to have to back away. The Adepts are going to shade, but, I mean, 1, 2 of them go down already? No, just 1, so you'll get a couple of drones in the main base. Actually, in the end, this wasn't too bad. I think 3 more drones for these Adepts is actually really worthwhile. I probably wasn't expecting to get those, so that's actually pretty awesome. Just going to be seeing the extra overlords on the way up, and double robo facility from Creator. I mean, that may just be a robo bay, or maybe it just goes into double immortal production. He is starting up that 3rd Nexus already. Hydra's down on the way from soO in the meantime after that lair finished pretty quickly here so far. So send up in towards that, and just going to be seeing this Phoenix is working its way through that Overlord up on this right-hand side. So Overlord taking some damages again, some things up to the top side moving around. That Overlord does get picked off there nice and quickly. Again, more of these Zerglings seeing what's going to be going on. There's Twilight Council, Forge, War Prism all finishing up in the near future. As you're going to see some Lings trying to break through over on this side. There's Sentry taking some damage over on the main base. He actually gets 6 kills because he lifts up the Queen, and so it's only the Spore Crawler firing on the Oracle, giving him some time to actually get damage done, and that's really nicely done here. Being able to pick off a whole bunch of damage. 6 workers killed. Very, very good job. As we see Groove Spines on the way, so soO going to come in towards this Hydra play for a while. We'll go for Roaches to back it up. There's a couple more models on the way out of this natural. And again, this Phoenix coming up through the center. And let's see what's going to follow up from here. Is Charge on the way from that double robo. Right now, Pro's being kept alive actually by the shield battery for a little bit. Is still need to just get those Zealots in a bit of a better position to keep on fighting and defending. Oracle even pulling back and able to go once again. As you can see, these couple of Adepts coming forwards and just going to be picking away at these few drones in the main base. Wardy, it means PokerStars bankroll. Mate, I know that. I just don't want everyone to know that I'm a complete degen, that I understand it. Shh. Just memeing, guys. Again, thank you for that sub. Lost my stars roll. Appreciate it. As we do see Charge +1 on the way up. As you can see, a couple more gates coming on down. 8 more Hydras on the way out at the moment. +1 missiles is just over halfway down. Hydra's Muscle Augments is coming on through as well, and Roach Speed is also coming on up. So continue to set up into this. 8 more Overlords on the way out. As we're going to be seeing these Immortals continue to gather together. Ooh, a little bit of a run by gets in. Oh my god, there's so many Immortals in the main base. So in a way, I wonder if Creator was just like, you know what, I don't care if you come into my main, because I'm just going to get a bunch of Zergling kills anyways. Although he loses a couple of probes in the end, so maybe he didn't actually want that to happen. But sometimes you got to think like, hey, you know, maybe I shouldn't wall off, because then I'm not going to kill the Lings. But if I let them in, I've got units in position in the main base that's going to kill them. It's actually not a terrible idea all the time. We're just naturally kind of expecting not to let the Lings in the first place, as we are going to be seeing the units continue to set up over here. 9 more Roaches on the way up. Is again +1 and Charge about to finish. Lurkenden coming down here now from soO is a bit of a transition again set to go. And again, once more, Altana is bringing us a nice little macro game here between the players. So, seeing where this goes, we see more Roaches on the way up. Roach Speed and Muscular Augments about to finish. Could make for a bit of a timing to actually push across the map and then follow up with Lurkers. So let's see if that's something soO wants to do as he gets those speed upgrades. He is actually going to start moving across here. Oracle to the right-hand side is seen by the Zerglin, which holds the right-hand watchtower at the moment as well. And again, those Hydras pulling back down to the south side. As we're going to be seeing a couple of Zealots, Adepts, Immortals, some Sentries, all gathering up together and just seeing what else they might want to try and do. Again, that Phoenix has to pull away here, and another Oracle down the right-hand side, and just going to be seeing these couple of Zealots from Creator continue to pull up the left as well. And just going to be seeing again that Lurkenden just about 60-70% of the way done. +2 missile attack upgrade is on its way. As we're going to be seeing again, a few more Hydras going to be finishing shortly. The next two Overlords also just a few seconds away from this. +2 attack on the Forge. And again, all of those units just gathering together to see what is next. Lings, Hydras, and Roaches all pulling back through the center of the map. +2 missile attack upgrade is on its way up from this evolution chamber, and again the Lurker Den is going to be finishing now too, so that's going to enable him to now start building some Lurkers here, as you're going to see these Lings and Hydras pushing up to the top side, Roaches as well. His entire army right now is soon maxed out, and he's actually going to find a couple of sentries from the get-go. Again, a lot of Zealots here is going to see only one Archon, could maybe add a few more of those. With so many Hydras, I'm surprised we're not seeing maybe some Storm upgrade research, and oh my god, well that's where the Roaches went to. They're running by at the moment, so they're all the way up here. There's also some Lings which get out of stasis, and they get kind of caught once again pretty quickly. But this is the biggest issue right now. These Roaches are getting a lot done, and Creator, I would have even maybe thought about recalling this entire army, because it's taken him so long to walk back here. And yes, maybe he didn't have recall energy right away, but now he's just losing so many probes, and soO is really making the most of this at the moment, as we're going to see a force field comes down. These Roaches and Hydras are still being picked away at. Some more damage still being dealt here, as we are just going to be seeing another pylon picked off. 19 workers again have been killed. Another Roaches just to the right hand side, and again these Immortals coming back in, picking their way through a few more of these Roaches and just cleaning that out. Hydrisk also goes down, and you just see still an army to the left here also. Getting ready to go. Some Lurkers coming up this left-hand side as well, and you're going to be seeing these Zealots. Going to want to push on in towards this army now as well. So just going to get ready to fight on into this. As we are going to be seeing this Nexus is about to be cancelled. Still at the moment just moving around the map and seeing what's going on. This Oracle is trying to do something, but oh man, soO just gets in position with these Lurkers, and again Krea's like out on the map rather than being over here. Now, oh my god, that choke point of his own Sim City that he's going to have to fight through, that's only going to be messy, and you can already see, I think, that this has turned into a little bit of a disaster here. Warp Prism goes down as well, so now the Warp Prisms, I mean, they have to come in on the Nexus, which isn't even that bad. It's just that he has to start them up again, and well, all the Immortals are going to go down, the Archons as well, and soO just in too good of a position, and that is going to be soO taking game number 2. What's up, SD2 Skillers? I know you're not actually new here, I've seen you around before. What's up, Ku11Uk? How you doing? Welcome to the stream as well, as we jump into game number 3. To the bottom left-hand side, it's our Red Protoss player here on Cerulean Fall. This is Creator. And he is going up against the Blue Zerg to the upper right-hand side of the map. Let's hear, guys, if you're cheering on soO on what I think is another very pretty map. The blue and the orange works wonders for me. I think they look fantastic. Some complementary colors going at each other here. If you're a big fan of the color wheel, then you'll know your blue and orange is on opposite sides. It means they're striking when you put them next to each other, but just the kind of the darker, kind of tainted blue here, I feel, almost, with that orange. It's really pretty. I think it's really nice. I actually, honestly, I think this might be the most, the prettiest set of maps or TLMC that I've seen in quite a long time. It's super pretty. Let's say about this, soO's just kind of sat watching his main base. Just chilling. There we go. He starts to move his mouse around, or his screen around a little bit more again now. As we get back, well, properly in towards this. Again, Cerulean Fall, very pretty map. This one is by Solstice245, and he is again, a first-time finalist after submitting maps for the last couple of contests, so welcome to the finalists. We saw a pretty cool game on Cerulean Fall yesterday. Interested to see more again today, as we are just going to be setting up, getting going, and waiting to see what this game is going to bring us over the next few moments. Again, how's everyone doing out there in the chat? How are you enjoying the game so far? Let me know what's up and what's going on. Do appreciate you guys tuning in, and yeah, gonna be some fun as we continue on through. And as you see, these couple of Lings chasing down this probe, and they are just going to be on the hunt. As a third hatchery on the way up, some Lings and Ling speed coming into play. And this Stargate is about halfway done. 2 Lings are chasing this probe down, and they are going to be on the hunt. As this Overlord as well is continuing to move on over to the far left-hand side. And a few Zerglings finishing up. The Evolution Chamber will be coming up behind this mineral line as well. The Ling speed coming into play. And it looks as though soO is back into aggressive ways in game number 3, as he's going to be going for a little bit of a Ling drop here, a little bit of a Ling flood. Let's see what he can do, as we're going to be seeing this Adept shading around in the main base. And we are going to be seeing this Adept of Creator going to be heading back home towards the bottom left-hand side now, once again. So these Zerglings going to be chasing this Adept down. A few more of them going past the Adept as well, as this Phoenix attacking this Overlord. Well, Creator has got an initial wall off. He's got a shield battery coming up in the natural, shield battery in the main, and Oracle on the way. I like this so far. This Dropper Lord over here is where this Phoenix needs to head to next. He's going to start seeing just how many Zerglings there are. The Dropper Lord loads up, but again with the shield batteries, he's going to be able to defend for quite a little while here, and so far, good defense out of Creator, and he's right on top of this Overlord as well, so this is already going fantastic. As we're going to be seeing all of these Zerglings coming on through, and it's going to be seeing the shield battery for now. We'll keep these probes healthy as the Oracle comes out to deal with them. Nothing lost so far. Creator has a perfect defense at this stage, and he's got Adepts working their way through things on the natural wall as well, so that's going pretty awesome too. Another Oracle on the way will go a long way to help, as Su's trying to wait for this Oracle to run out of energy, which is going to do right about now, but now probes can just fight again. Shield battery still has some energy as well. This shield battery should be helping out to kind of repair up some of these structures. He is going to finish Warp Gate at the very least. We're going to see more of these Lings arriving. Is he actually going to get through here? Oh my god. Another shield battery starts to build. He will finish the wall off, and I think that is completed in total then. We're going to be seeing Warp Gates are actually going to start forward. There's going to be an access point over to this top side. Is soO finally going to find an entrance? No. Creator gets the wall off again just in time, and he'll continue to deflect. And soO, I think, is in actually quite a lot of trouble here in this game number 3. It's going to be seeing his 2 Oracles still sat overhead. More Lings arriving down towards the bottom left-hand side. As we are going to be seeing the Lings trying to poke on up. I mean, killing the gateways is nice. It slows down production, but soO is still down so heavily in workers. He starts up +1 melee now. He starts up some drones, but recovering from this is going to be difficult. As we're going to be seeing those Lings just sat out the front of the natural still. And a couple of these Oracles back off and away up towards the top and the upper right side in general, just to see what else they can do. So the Oracle going to try and get some damage done. There's no Spore Crawler in these mineral lines, and soO is already down 10 workers. Now he starts Spores. That's going to cost some workers, but so is the fact that this Oracle can do some major damage. If this Phoenix lifts up this Queen, this Oracle's going to have nothing to stop it. As we see, Creator is just going to move straight towards the 3rd Nexus. Well, at least these Lings should be able to deny this here. I mean, even if the Oracle pops its Pulsar Beam, it's just going to be a cancel, at least for the first time around. So again, soO doing what he can to play his way back into this one, but the initial attack was defended perfectly. Creator with some good play here, as double Oracle will go in together to pick off a bunch of these workers. And, well, he's actually going to sacrifice an Oracle. He just really is desperate to kill as many workers as possible. 7 drones down, and Creator still holds the income advantage. Alright, just going to be seeing all of these Lings gathering up together. Again, Adepts are going to move forwards as well, and just looking to see what else is going on. This second Oracle coming up to the top side now, as we are going to be seeing the extra Zerglings thinking about moving forwards here and just trying to run on in towards the natural expansion. These 2 Oracles are going to be diving perhaps in towards this main natural in just a moment or so. As we're going to be seeing the Queen does get lifted, and oh my god, 3, 4, 5, 6, so many workers going down. He's going to lose the Oracle again. I think if he keeps one of these alive, he's happy, because then he still does have the Revelation. But he's just keeping soO in a position where soO just doesn't get anything up, and it's going to be so difficult for soO to defend against this Adept follow-up. Going in towards the Banelane nest now, let's see if this is something which is going to be able to allow soO to hold on. Obviously, we'll be able to get some Banes up, and they'll go a long way to helping with these Adepts, but so many Adepts with the Glaives, soon to be +1 as well. I mean, this is going to be absolutely crazy. And so we're just going to be seeing those Adepts continue to shade on forwards, and, well, look for a little bit more damage here right away. Going to be moving up towards this top side. Doesn't find anything just yet. Will be able to pick off this Queen, as we're going to see Lings running in. Starting to do a little bit of damage. Another Adept shade forwards. Banes are going to start splitting up. Oh, well, that's actually good defense by soO. He's actually able to get rid of the majority of these Adepts. Doesn't really lose much at all. Really nice connection there. Really nicely done. Alright, we're just going to be seeing these extra Zerglings on the way out at the moment here. DC Templar Archives is dropping down at the moment from Creator. A couple more Mortals on the way out, +2 attack upgrade on the Forge on the way out as well here for the moment, as we're going to be seeing more of those Zerglings gathering together once again, and there is 5 Banelings. now starting to morph in. So soO's actually on the counter-aggressive kind of side of things now. He wants to make an attack happen. He wants to go in here and maybe try and end this game right now. Phoenix pops out of this base. You're going to see the Lings running by, and they are going to go for a little bit of a surround here. Perhaps the force field comes down, but it misses its target for the most part. Again, Immortals just still firing away as Banes, though, connecting to the mineral line. Well, he wanted a way back into this game. There it is, more or less. You're going to see a couple more workers going down. 11 drones, probes killed. Creator is still in a playable position. He's still okay. But this game is looking a lot more kind of evened out now than it was a few moments ago, where it really was Creator who had every single advantage on his side for the most part. And we're just going to be seeing +2 melee on the way up, and that Groove Spines is on its way as well for the Hydralisk Den, so getting the Hydraling Bane set up in total. He has, oh my god, those Lings in the main base, how did they get here? Well, some of these Lings already trying to surround, it gets dealt with pretty well there. Pylon will go down, and just needs a couple of units in this main base to start cleaning this up. Meanwhile, the rest of the army of Creator is moving across the map, but man, that Ling run by is causing chaos. I mean, this is going to be these 2 Adepts dead. If they hit the mineral line, I guess the shield battery helps a lot in terms of defending, but down the low ground, the shield batteries are in the wall off, not in the mineral line, although an Immortal and a Zealot here might just about be able to deal with this. We're going to be seeing Banes rolling in. Oh my god, they get to the center of those units, and already a lot of the Adepts and Zealots are heavily damaged here. A few Hydras are getting set up, another couple of Banes trying to move through. They're hitting onto an Archon, though. It's not what you need. You need them to hit the Bane, the Adepts, the Zealots, otherwise you're never going to clean this up properly. The Warp Prism does get its warp in, though. It's not denied by the Hydras and the Queens, and so soO has to back away from that fight for just another moment or so. We also still see a Phoenix over there. That gets taken down, and soO's going to lose out on some of these Hydras. It looks as though Creator has just about still found himself enough damage output for this movement across the map to close it out and to close out this game. We're going to see just another few Adepts, another couple of High Templars coming through once more. Lings and Hydras are still attacking here at the front and still trying to work their way through this army, as they are going to continue fighting this now, and we are going to be seeing those Hydras once again pulling back just a little bit from this position. It's going to be GG, and Creator will pick up a map here at least. So his first map win of the day, as he did go over